even get a gun.
Yeah, they don't even get guns.
They've not even got guns, bro.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Four Jobbers podcast. I'm, of course, Gingerheat. 4 letters, 1 word, Brad. And, of course, we have the body from Kirkaldy, Jordan Deves, all the way from Edinburgh, Scotland, fresh off a wedding. And, of course, Monsieur Parapluie, Jason, you are Mr. Umbrella. But it's sunny out. Why are you Mr. Umbrella?
Is that what a parapluie is?
Yeah, well, I mean, you should have a parapluie even when it's sunny. You don't want to get burned, especially you.
Maybe I should start using one. I mean, I thought that, like a cap and some sunscreen
A cap?
would be enough, but apparently not.
A cap.
Would you rather I call a hat?
Yeah,
A
baseball
baseball hat?
Yeah.
A bonnet.
Baseball hat? A bonnet?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'll be calling it a bonnet, good sir.
Okay, well.
Question
your loss.
of the week. Yes, we have a question of the week that I will be bringing to you. We will also be covering Saturday night's main event, number 39, and giving our thoughts on how it went. And we will be getting into the news. Jordan got us some news. But first, Jordan, what is your favorite fruit or vegetable?
Ooh. To eat.
Yeah, well, what? What else?
To have sex with.
I don't know. Something. Just checking.
Just in general, like, it's not my favorite to eat, but my favorite is, like, what?
My favorite is probably a watermelon,
Fantastic choice.
but it's not the one I would have most often. I use it for very specific reasons. Watermelon is the best hangover cure in the world.
Is it?
Yeah, 100%. That and Iron Brew, to be fair.
I was about to say Iron Brew. I don't know. You need, if you have both, maybe that's the golden combo.
Never mix alcohol with Iron Brew. It's like your cure and your cause. You know, you don't want
Unless
to mess
it's
that up.
Iron Brew flavored beer.
Yeah, that's okay
That is
because
fantastic.
it's not actually Iron Brew. You know, but no, my favorite fruit or watermelon. Let's go watermelon.
Great
Lock it
choice. Lock it in, Jason. What about you?
Pined apple.
A pined apple.
The one I eat most often is apple, but the best is pine apple.
Do you have a favorite apple? Because there's many varieties now. We've discovered as we get older. There's not just
Honey Crisp is pretty good. Anything not too mushy. Right now I'm eating some Empire, and they're okay.
they're okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
you get different apples over there than we do.
Well, Macintosh is the one everyone talks about, but they're no good to eat. They're good for like baking and stuff.
Cooking. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm more of a gala kind of guy.
I think
Gala,
Gala's
we can get Gala.
okay.
I like a gala.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Oh.
just in time for the question of the day, we have an appearance from Sweaty Steven in the house. Fresh off the bicycle. We just started Wax, so good timing. You are here for the question of the week, which is, what is your favorite fruit or vegetable?
Ooh, wow. I love
Being a vegetable man or a fruit
I love
man,
all
you should.
sorts of fruits and vegetables, really. But I guess if I had to pick one, mushrooms.
Ugh.
Mush.
I knew Jason would get upset at that one.
That's not my fault. That's not my
But
fault.
for vegetarians, mushrooms is
Mushrooms
like
is
life. Mushrooms
my
are
valet, in her current state, has lost the taste for mushrooms. Mushrooms and coffee, the two things she used to eat.
mushroom
She
coffee.
currently does
ugh.
not eat.
Beautiful coffee machine.
Yeah, well, I still use it.
Oh, fantastic. Of course. Of course. I asked my valet today what this shirt said. And for those of you that can't see it, it's
Honorary
Oos.
ooch.
Honorary Uso. She read it as season honorary Use.
Season.
Brilliant.
Oosie.
That's pretty close.
Those Europeans.
English not their first language, of course.
No.
But I digress. That was the question of the week. We're actually going to talk about some
What was
wrestling now.
yours?
We're going to get into stuff.
What was all of yours?
Mine? Mine doesn't matter. We're blowing through that. We talked about the fruits. We talked about the vegetables. We're moving on. We're going straight into the
Is
wrestling.
this feta cheese?
Cheese is good.
Favorite vegetable, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
The Greeks,
Oh, no,
they
olives,
use it as
maybe.
Vegetables.
Yeah, fair. There we go.
They have a lot of good fruit and veg there for sure.
Well,
But
let's talk about some wrestling then. let me talk to you, right? I've got some things we want to talk about this week. Sweaty Stephen has been cutting about being sweaty and doing things. He's been busy wearing mad coloured shirts, so he's not had a chance to perhaps bring us some of his typical tasty news takes. But never fear, because I have some news of the week that I'm going to bring to you guys, and I'd love for your insight on what you think about these news. Some of them come from the fallout from Saturday night takeaway, Saturday night
Take
main
away
event.
from the chippy.
Some of them come from other pay-per-views. So we'll discuss it. But first, the news jingle. Oh fuck! I really should have prepared this.
Do you have one ready? Or do you...
Yeah, I'll make it up. It's that time again for the news with you.
With you?
There we go.
All right. Jason didn't like it.
I'll rap it next time. I'll think of a rap next time, okay? Nah. Listen
Give it a
here.
shot, Jason. We
you-
need one from you.
Yeah, coming at me, you fucking Mr. Umbrella. Piss off.
Is that what it was, or you just made that up on the spot because you don't have it?
No, I don't have one. I just made one up.
On the spot.
Oh, okay.
Does that get an extra couple of points then?
Yeah, but you could do better. We'll wait for the
Okay, fine.
final version.
Right, well, I'll work on it for next week. Here we go. We have some news topics. I'm just going to go through them, and I would love you guys to just chime in when you see fit. I might call you out, of course, as well. We're going to start, actually, somewhere a little bit different. We're going to start with AEW. AEW at the weekend had their Double or Nothing pay-per-view.
Yes.
Some people are trying to work out whether or not Double or Nothing is their WrestleMania. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I hope not, because I didn't even
I-
know it was happening.
Right?
Definitely not.
I had no understanding of what was going on in AEW. Right now, the product's been a little bit off for me, and I'm the AEW guy here, so it's been tough to kind of
The
follow.
top has been good. Top of the card, good.
Absolutely true.
Rest of the card, it
And if I'm
depends on
honest,
your-
It's only the top that I want to bring up right now. There are two main matches that happened at Double or Nothing that I think were important, and they were the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament. In those, we saw Hangman Adam Page defeating Will Ospreay, and we also saw in the women's bracket Mercedes Moné defeating Jamie Hayter. Now, what that means is we get All In Texas. I think it's next month. Their two top titles. We will have what's his name?
Page.
Oh God,
Hangman.
Page.
Hangman?
Oh, yes, Hangman Adam Page will be fighting the guy who I can't remember his name. What's his name? John Moxley. Gee, good Lord in heaven above. John Moxley for the AEW title, Jason's favorite title in all of wrestling right now. To look at, that's it. And of course, Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, whatever you want to call her, will be facing Toni Storm for the women's title. I know we're not massive AEW fans as I talk to you guys in front of me, but is there any comment that you want to bring to those two matches that we have coming up?
I do want to mention something because there's an internet wrestling community person named JDNY who is usually quite upset and angry at many things. And he's upset with the way that AEW has handled the women's division and thinking that Mercedes Moné has squashed her way through the division and put everyone underneath her and buried everybody. And there's a good opportunity to maybe raise Athena up at that time. And then, she just beat her down. And in my opinion, I thought that's what should be happening. This is Mercedes Moné. Maybe she doesn't need 4 belts. Maybe it's a little ridiculous. But she needs to be established as the top of the top, the best of the best. And so running through the card and beating everybody is fine for me. I am actually okay with that. That's what I wanted to see. Now, I don't understand the belt situation. We have the main belt versus all these different belts and all of that. And aside from that, I am very excited to see Mercedes Moné against Toni Storm. It's the two people in the company that are at the top of their game, in my opinion. The two people that are doing the most, the two people that are the most entertaining and exciting to follow in the entire company right now, other than Black MJF. I think this is the best thing going.
Who's Black
So,
MJF?
That's my thoughts.
MJF, but he's...
I actually watched an AEW segment for the first time in forever, and it was MJF becoming an official member of the Hurt Syndicate.
okay.
And I also learned that Goldust, and Sammy Guevara are in a tag team, and they were the champions.
The
called the
Sons of
Texas Boys or something. And MJF called them both honkies, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's relatively.
But they lost at All or Out, All In and Out, or whatever else called. Double in, double out.
Brilliant.
Horrible pay-per-view names. I hate their pay-per-view names. No one knows what.
Any takes on this yourself, being the AEW guy?
Yeah, I mean, for me, you know my opinion on Mercedes Moné.
She's the goat.
Nope, she sucks. You have somebody so incredibly talented like Tony Storm, who's cutting promos left, right, and center. Like her life depends on it, and every single one is an absolute banger. And then you have Mercedes Moné, who is just pish. I'm kind of interested to see. We've got a month of their content, so I'm gonna tune in and see what that looks like. But I don't believe her on the mic. It's like the last couple of years that we got, or last year or so that we had her in WWE, where it was just do that laugh thing you do, the Sasha Banks laugh.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Brad did it better, but that we're getting that version of her, and I just don't believe it. I don't. There's something about it. I don't know if it's because she's still trying to be heel or what. There's something about her character I don't believe. So when she's cutting promos, I'm not invested in what she's saying. But then but I'm more into the person who believes that they're in a 1920s black and white film. How does that make any sense? Why have they made me believe that is reality? Because of how well they deliver what they're saying.
She believes it herself. She's in the character.
100%,
she lives and breathes that
100%,
character. Speaks like the character. Whereas Mercedes Moné has no depth. She is a very good wrestler,
great way to put it.
and she's good at wrestling. And that's about all that we get, really. She has there's some character too. It's not empty, not void, but it's not
the
very
match
deep.
still feels big time, though.
100%.
She never lost yet, right?
No, I don't think she's lost.
Mercedes.
No, I don't think so.
She lost the New Japan
She lost a
title
belt,
or something, but
it
not
was a triple threat.
Not AEW. She never lost an AEW. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean the other match that we have is, like I say, John Moxley and Hangman Adam Page. We've seen them fight once or twice, right? But we're going to see it again, and I don't really know what happens here. Like, is this?
I don't know.
It's kind of weird because this whole run with John has been poor. I think that this, what are they called, the Death Riders or whatever, his little gang of wankers that cut about and nobody really cares about them, and they're not that tough.
You don't care about Wheeler Yuta?
I mean, you've got
care
Wheeler
about Claudio
Yuta, who looks like he needs a haircut, right? And he's just not. His mum's not taking him to get his new set of trousers yet. You've got Claudio Castagnoli. He's Swiss. I'm not scared of Swiss people.
You shouldn't be.
Come on. Exactly. And then you've got Marina Shafir. Now, arguably, on paper, that should be quite terrifying, right? But again, there's something about her that I'm just like, do you know what? I think is she still with Roderick Strong?
Yes.
Because if that's the case, then I could take him, so it's fine.
You couldn't take her, though.
I couldn't take her. She would absolutely kick my ass. But I reckon I could take Roddy, right? I don't know. There's just some things that I'm not believing. I'm not bought in to their faction.
Hurt Syndicate seems much tougher and scarier, and because they're badass. These guys,
100%.
You have John Moxley, who is that leader, is that scary tough guy who will put nails through any part of his body just for fun, it seems. But the other guys don't have that same intimidating factor that you would in these other factions. Even if we look at the vision of Seth Rollins, whatever this little group is going to be called, these visionaries of his, that's an intimidating group. Those are guys that you don't want to fight.
100%. But I think that's a good point you raise about this. Oh, this guy who puts nails in himself. That's something that frustrates me about John. It's like he'll go and cut a promo in the ring, right?
And cut himself.
And suddenly he's just bleeding. And you're like, what? What's happening here? you'll be walking down and a door will slam in his face. The next thing you know, there's 5 guys with pizza cutters just carving out his ears. And I'm like, why is this happening? Nothing. It's gone from 0 to 100 so quick, and there was absolutely no reason for it. So I just can't buy into that. You need to build to that. You can't just jump to it. So I don't know what to expect. I know that Hangman has also had a flair for the dramatic in terms of blood and violence at times, particularly with
Swerve.
Swerve. Yep, exactly. So I'm going to tune in. I'm going to follow along for the next month and see where this title picture leads. It might be a complete change for the company, so it could be exciting.
Could be.
Yeah, I'll be tuned in. I'll be locked in for that as well, and you guys should too. And if you're an AEW fan, let us know what you think, because we're not always as locked into AEW maybe as most. If you're locked, let us know. Maybe you're really enjoying everything that's going on, or maybe there's some storyline or some action that we're not seeing in the mid-card. Let us know if there's something, because I am curious.
100%. Let us know. This one is exclusively for Sweaty Steven. That's quite a hard thing to say as a Scotsman. Sweaty Steven.
Sweaty Steven sells seashells by the seashore.
Well, he
Why pick Steven?
probably sells dental floss down by the Walmart.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was there.
Walmart.
All right, what do you have for
Walmart.
Sweaty Steven?
Sweaty Steven, you used to be our NXT mark, so I'm going to bring to you Trick Williams wins the TNA title.
Oh, I saw that.
Battleground. What is your thoughts on this in terms of, one, Trick being the guy, but not on his own show? And how do you feel about a WWE competitor having a title from TNA?
Well,
Good start. Good start.
it's a question I have to think about. But first of all, I mean, I'm sold on Trick. He's been the guy, and it's crazy because he started as Carmelo's pal, kind of his hype man a little bit, and now he's taken the baton. He's run with it. He beat Joe Hendry.
Good.
Some people
Nice.
think that this means we'll see more of
Nice.
Big Joe on WWE. Jason,
He's a Hearts fan, Jordan. You shouldn't even like him.
No, he's a total scumbag. But
in terms of what it means
It's
for
fine.
TNA and the TNA Championship to have an NXT wrestler holding it, I could see the argument for why some would say it demeans the title. I could see that. I think ultimately, if the partnership well and truly is NXT TNA, it's not awful, because you have somebody who has been a multiple time, if I'm not mistaken, NXT champion, who's been at the top of the card
yeah,
for,
twice. I think.
I want to say 2 years plus at this point. If there's anyone that Joe's going to lose the title to in NXT, it's Trick. And if there's no one on TNA who makes more sense, and maybe there is, I'm really not super familiar with the TNA roster. I lost interest when Speedball left, and Josh Alexander also, for that matter. Then Joe can't hang on to it forever. Joe's been showing up on WWE programming all sorts of, all the time. He's over. If anything, it does more for Joe than it does for Trick to have the title, because I think Joe will show up on WWE programming a little more, maybe on the main roster even,
Nice.
and get into a little mini storyline over the summer. I wouldn't hate that. I know Jason would, but I wouldn't. Get to see a bit more about what he can do.
Joe Hendry versus
I get the
Goldberg?
people who want to keep the sanctity of
Oh.
TNA in TNA. I get it. But maybe this means Trick becomes kind of a de facto TNA guy for a little bit, and he hones his craft. He doesn't have anything more to do on NXT, in my opinion. And if they don't want him on the main roster yet, maybe it's too saturated, then give him this little side quest. And I know that means, TNA's not Trick Williams' side quest, but it opens up a whole realm of different matchups for him and for the TNA faithful. So I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I understand why some purists might not, and I don't fault them for it.
It was interesting watching the match. There was a great moment when Corey Graves was talking about who Joe Hendry took the title from, and he references, he won the title from Nick Nemeth, also known as Dolph Ziggler on WWE programming.
Whoa.
And he mentioned both names, and I thought that was,
Wow.
if you've got this partnership where you've got some of your former talent on the other, you need to acknowledge that these guys have different names.
I like that.
You can't just, oh yeah, he got it from Dolph Ziggler, or he got it from Nick Nemeth. You need to acknowledge that that's the case, and I think that's what we're going to see more and more of.
Yeah.
As the time goes on with this partnership. Jason, you've sat there with a face like a slapped arse, is what we would say here. Do you have anything to add to this?
I think this was the first time I ever seen Joe Hendry in a full match, and honestly, I was a bit impressed. I didn't know what to expect from him. He seems like he doesn't seem like anything special when he comes out, But he put on a really good match. Obviously, Trick, I like him better. He has a lot more going on for him. I think it was the right decision. Does it take away from the TNA title? I don't think so, because it's an incredible competitor that won it, and maybe he'll show up on some shows, and if anything, he'll elevate the title. This is one of the first times I've seen like an NXT. I just watched this match and Obafemi, because everyone was freaking out about Obafemi.
You watched the one at Battleground, you mean?
Yeah, Battleground.
Miles Bourne.
I don't know who he
Bourne.
fought. I have no idea who that was, but I'm happy with Trick winning it. I think it's very interesting, and like Wax said, Joe Hendry is over in a way that does not need a title, and that title maybe is keeping him back. So we'll see what they do with him.
Just don't say his name if you don't want him, because he'll.
I never do, or never try to.
There we go.
Miles Bourne, you should get to know at least a little bit. He's the first partially or mostly deaf competitor in WWE.
Oh, he's deaf?
Also, it's a really
Yeah,
good
oh,
character.
yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Oh, I didn't know.
In his segments.
He's got a good character.
I
He's
think there was
funny,
something like when he was
now your fault for
born.
not knowing, yeah.
When he was born, he was given like a 15% chance that he would, live.
Yeah, he's got an incredible story.
Unbelievable. And watching him cut promos when he's mostly deaf is incredible. Like you hear you can still get all of the passion in what he's saying. He's great. It's worth watching some of his
In a
promos.
stable with one Charlie Dempsey, son of
He is.
The dentist.
Sir William Regal.
There we go.
I didn't. That's
There
sick.
we
I didn't
are.
know that. Oh damn.
So yeah, worth looking into.
What do you think of Obafemi though, Jay? Really quick. Sorry, Jordan.
No, that's exactly what I was going to
Just
say.
curious.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the match itself was really interesting. I didn't know what to feel for the other person, but Oba's super impressive, and I don't know how long they're gonna keep him down
the
there. Huh?
Jordan the Ruler. He was doing the dance.
Yeah, no, I feel like, does he win matches in different ways, kind of like Gunther here and there? He did a couple big moves that they were really,
Yeah, I think.
I think that the power bomb, it's like a jackknife power bomb is like his
He has a
finisher. He did it like
specific
4
finisher,
times.
But he has kind of a variety of offense in him, like Gunther.
Yeah, I think he is a finisher, but he definitely has a signature, which is just beat them into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's an absolute monster. He is,
So
for me, he's a character that if you bring him up to the main roster right now, change nothing. Give him the same look, the same music, the same gimmick, the same aura, gravitas, whatever, and just put him straight in and see what he does. He doesn't need to rise to the top real quick, but he just have him beat folk. And not jobbers. I don't want him beating
No, don't do
fucking Slutty George from
Slutty George.
Pro
Zawa.
Georgia
Forgot about
Wrestling
Slutty
or
George.
something
There's
like
no
that.
Zawa.
He's 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's young.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like in his
And yet,
30s.
see how the fans
Right.
react to him just as he is.
Yeah. 27
27
years old. This guy has.
Damn.
He can stay in
We
NXT for another
won-
2 years. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. And just
We
never.
we
lose.
want Oba in a rumble.
Yeah,
That's
almost
what we
let him
want.
Fuck
be
yeah.
overcooked a bit, because we've seen how much
Yeah.
it goes bad if it's the other way. Let him
Yep.
let him cook.
Let us fiend for him. Let us fiend.
You never know. We might be looking at somebody now that we have this partnership that could be both NXT and TNA champ at the same time. I think that somebody like Oba is the kind of guy that could do that. So
He very well
I'm
could
not
have very
gonna-
big things in his future. So
Absolutely. Let's move on to some other news. We're going straight into main roster WWE now. I was going to bring up this one, but I'm going to leave it for now. We'll talk about it in a moment. Let's go straight to Mr. Umbrella, Rihanna over in the corner there. Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria are going at it again at Money in the Bank. But Jason, my question to you, because you're the one that put out the video about it, is Becky Lynch phoning it in?
Oh no, I don't think Becky's phoning it in at all. Compared to Charlotte, I think, like I said before, I think this is what they kind of wanted Charlotte and Tiffany to be. You know, a legend who's done it all comes back and makes the young upstart look good. And that's exactly what Becky's doing. And it might have started off a little rocky, but she's really come into her own and explained herself well and got the people on her side as a heel to a certain degree to understand where she's coming from. And Lyra is looking incredible. Like before this, she was just a good worker that no one could care less about. But now she's got some edge to her. Her promos, you do need to listen. You don't want to ignore it. In the ring, she's incredible. Her entrance is great. Her look, everything is coming together really well for this one. So I'm hoping this match will put a nice cap on it, and it will deliver because everything up until this point has been great. So, yeah.
Excellent.
I think the promo saved it a little bit because even Lyra mentioned it when she first comes out. Right away, she's like, "Can you believe we're doing this again?" type thing. You know, like you know, I've already. How many times do I have to beat her for her to go away? But then she started to like build upon it and what it means. And then Becky came out and she talked her thing, and then it started to make a little bit more sense at least because when they announced it, I was like, "Fuck this! Like, what the hell is going on? We're doing this again. It was a great match. Why are we trying to rehash it?" And at least there's a little bit more story going on here, and there's a little bit more. And then she said she can no longer, if Lyra wins, Becky can no longer challenge her for the title. So
yeah, I always wonder why they offer that up. Like, you don't need to say that. It's like, I'll never challenge again. It's like, you don't need to offer that.
They didn't have to
like,
announce the match first. If it was like, fine, you know what? If I lose this one, and then it's like, fine, then I'll give you the match.
Yeah.
Not just like, okay, good, thanks for throwing that cherry on top that I didn't ask for.
It is a weird stipulation because it just means that, well, someone else will beat you and then I'll challenge them. Like, it doesn't mean you're not going to challenge ever again. It's just while you have the title.
Jordan, I'm curious as to where that question came from because when I do the news, I know the context. So thank you so much for carrying that torch. Are people saying that Becky is phoning it in?
I think I had a look at a couple of online things. You know, the danger with looking at too much online is that you end up in a hole of racism and bigotry. Yes. But that aside, I think some people were saying that Becky's promos have just been very repetitive, very samey, very derivative of the same thing. And then when I watched Raw this week, I thought, oh, really? This is what we're doing? It's just going to be, yeah, well, I'm better than you, but no, you're better than me. But actually, for me, I quite enjoyed it because I think, as Jason put it really well, Lyra has brought the story out of this. And
it's building her. She feels better.
Exactly.
Tiffany did not feel better when they were going back and
100%.
forth.
I don't think Becky needs to do an awful lot here. She's doing exactly what just enough to make everything else shine. Whereas if we compared it to when Jason was talking about Charlotte, I feel like Charlotte wasn't doing anything to help Tiffy.
She came back saying, I'm the queen, I don't need to lift a finger, I'm the best.
Exactly.
Those people, because that's the thing, people can just say anything online, which is, I guess, both a blessing and a curse, mostly a curse. Becky's promos have been pretty samey basically since the Man era, so this is nothing new, and the fact that she has somebody in her, against her in the feud that is rising and even surpassing her is probably a good thing. And it's not indicative, in my opinion, of her phoning it in. It's indicative of just, this is her character, this is who she is. And again, not like a bad promo, not a bad wrestler, anything like that. It's just, that's Becky Lynch. That's how Becky Lynch has been portrayed on WWE television for the last several years, going against Lyra Valkyria. And they have a different angle on it.
Yeah.
but I would not say that qualifies as her phoning it in. And their match at Backlash certainly proves it, in my opinion.
Yeah, you never know. You never know what you're going to get from the IWC. You never know what you're going to get online. We have those extremists that are like, too many women and too mixed and blah blah blah. You get those racists, and then you get the other side coming out where they're mad that Roxanne is now involved with Dominic, and they're like, they keep getting all these great talented women keep getting sucked into Dominic's vortex, and it's so stupid. They should be on there.
Gavorka.
Yeah, he's got the Gavorka. Let him be. Are you upset, Jason? Are you mad that Roxanne Perez is now involved in this vortex, or would you prefer them to be off on their own, away from Dominic? Are too many women getting sucked into this, or?
I don't know if I'm the best to answer the Roxanne thing because I feel like she had a really passionate fan base in NXT, and I don't have that connection to her whatsoever. So
it doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter because, for me, I enjoy her being part of this because I know her as nothing else really. She just got bumped up, right?
Is that what everyone is saying, that she's part of the Dominic storyline? Because for me, everything I've seen, she's part of the Finn Balor storyline. I don't see her. I don't see her as part of the Dominic story at all. She is, I've seen her in the back of, shoots where folk are walking down into the ring or whatever, and she's talking to Finn. I've seen her on the left hand of Finn in promos where Judgment Day are chatting. I see her
She's sabotaging for Finn.
I see her as someone that's sabotaging for Finn so that they're going to break away and do their own thing. I don't see her as
cool.
Dominic at all.
Yeah, I mean, she's 23 years old. It's okay.
Right?
She goes and gets involved in one
No
of the
way,
biggest
really?
storylines.
It's ridiculous.
Like,
Understand why she's the prodigy,
At the end of the
right?
day, she's getting on television. Would you rather her not be on TV and kind of show up once a month and wrestle a match that has no connection to any sort of story? And it's like, oh, there she is.
It's not that bad. Karrion Cross originally, when I would say I would rather he was off TV when he got beat by Jeff Hardy.
How often has someone been called up, had a whole bunch of momentum, and then creative had nothing or had garbage for them?
100%.
At least Roxanne is getting involved. We're seeing who she is, and I agree with Jordan.
Immediately.
It's not a Dominic thing at all. Media literacy, folks. Come on.
It's just Mark's getting worked into a
That's
shoot.
right.
That's all it is.
Yep.
They're just freaking out about something they don't need to be freaked out about. They just, put your fucking energy somewhere else and enjoy this because it's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
They've been slow cooking this Finn thing for a while, which I kind of like.
I love
I'm
it.
still interested.
I love
We
it.
have a decade plus of Roxanne on television.
It's going to be 30 years worth. Everybody chill. Let her enjoy this time and have some fun.
She'll be fine.
She'll win many
It's
championships.
It is very rare we get somebody in main roster WWE as young as Roxanne and as experienced as Roxanne. If we get them at this age, they're typically fucking like Dominic was when he first came in, and he looked like baby Rocky. Fucking what was his name? Rocky Johnson.
Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Rocky Johnson.
Remember when Rocky?
Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia came out, and
Roxanne
he
was
was
like that
awful
for a little
for
bit.
a few years.
Wasn't Roxanne like that for a
Yeah.
little bit? She was all bubblegum
In
crap.
NXT.
In
when he first
NXT,
started,
but I'm talking about the main roster.
yeah.
23 coming out, looking the way that she does, and having the experience that she
confidence.
does.
She's found herself really early.
It's unbelievable that there's no one else like her on the roster right now. It is so exciting to watch. And anyone who's saying, "Oh, she's going to get caught in this," piss off, get a grip, and just continue to let it cook, let it happen as it's going to be so good.
In Dominic's sphere, she's the main part of the story. It's not Dominic. It's her.
100%.
Dominic's one of the hottest
Dominic
going right now.
Exactly.
Literally
this
and
is
figuratively.
massive.
That's fine.
They get so much TV time every week. They get multiple
the Dominic
promos.
rub.
This is great.
Yeah.
Whoa, who doesn't want that Dominic rub?
Well, not for me. But that's
Like
okay.
a mustache?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he approaches
see.
you in person.
If he
with a
came up
fistful
to
of
me and
nuggets.
said, "Can I give you a rub?" I'd be like, "Aye, fine." Buy me a slice of pizza, Danny, first.
That's the magic
"Whoa, not even
That
pizza
is it.
crunch."
Nah. Pizza Danny's fine. I'll
recipe.
go.
Hit row.
Common man. Hit rush. Oh yeah. Oh. Last thing that I want to bring up, and I will bring this up for Brad. We have again Gunther versus Jey Uso at Money in the Bank, and they had a bit of a tete-a-tete, a little bit of a back and forth, if you want to call it that, on Raw. That was shite. Actually, that's one worse than pish. I went full shite on that one. 4 letters, one word, shit.
Shite. That's 5.
Yeah, no, just take out the. It's just shit. That's fine. What do you think about this? Do you want to see another back and forth between these two guys for another couple of weeks until we get Money in the Bank?
4 letters, one
It's not
word.
even happening at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah, it
isn't
is.
it? Oh no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's after Money in the
After
Bank.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So it's not even
What,
at
really?
Money in the
Jey
Bank.
Uso's
I think it's
booked
a-
for Money in the Bank.
Isn't it on Raw or something?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
And that's why everyone's making a big deal saying someone's going to cash in or something.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not having
no.
that.
The storyline, like the online wrestling community, is very angry at Jay for his promo, which is rare. Usually they kind of give him a pass, they kind of let it go. And in this one, honestly, I wasn't too worried about it just because the story isn't that exciting, these two fighting again. But Gunther did such a good job, was so good on the mic, that I didn't really care about out of breath Jey Uso cutting another mid promo. It
Wasn't
didn't
even
matter,
mid this
and it
one.
doesn't
I
matter.
thought this one was not good. I think
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't like the. I mean, I'm happy to see less of the yeet, but the crowd's going to do the yeet, so I don't know if it's worth it to fight it.
Still needs that long entrance.
I feel like this whole thing for Jay was like a out of control train that even he can't keep up with. Like it's beyond him. It's like he's a legend. He's arguably the greatest tag team of all time. He's doing really good work now, the best he can to try and keep up with this phenomenon that he can't. His promo work can't keep up with it. His in-ring work can't keep up with it. It's just, I don't even know how he's going to contain it, and eventually I think it will consume him, and we will not be eating anymore. I don't know. It's become such a ridiculous phenomenon, you know?
It's too much. Too much.
Yeet.
I don't need 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I had completely misunderstood that. It's not at Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank, it has Jey Uso in a tag match
That
against
stupid thrown together tag match.
Yeah,
That's-
Logan.
Instead of that, at least
Shite.
give us Gunther versus Jay. At least give us that. Don't give us a tag shite.
shite.
Like, what's going on here?
It's such a shame because since Jay won the title, he's had one defense. Not that there needs to be loads every week or anything, of course, but we've had one defense, and now I know that we're going to get another one, but it's against the guy that he won it off. And in between all of that, we're going to have him just sit on the sideline, just going, yeet, while facing Logan Paul and John Cena. Another guy who I don't think is doing an excellent job right now. So, I want to be excited for Jey Uso, but I'm really struggling to be, because I just don't. I feel like he doesn't even care anymore. I feel like he's yeeted off. He's gone.
I think he's just enjoying the ride, right? Like, what more can he do? There's not a lot to sink his teeth into. It's you versus Gunther again. It's this and that, and I get it. We know what we're going to get out of him, right? It hasn't been extraordinary, but it hasn't changed that much from the other ones. Well, what you're saying is true. This is supposed to be like the working man's title. That's supposed to be defended a lot, and maybe that's what he's more good at. Is give us some quick promo, some yeet, and then have a match against someone and win and keep it moving. But instead, now we're getting these promo battles against Gunther, and it's not a good spot to be in when you're just on the other side, out of breath, eating. Like, I don't know.
Especially when all you've got, like that promo that he cut that folk are mad about. He literally comes out. There's a whole thing from Gunther, which wasn't great, but it was at least something.
Yeah, there's some story.
And
there.
then he just goes, I'm sick of everyone saying that I'm not good enough. Well, you know what? 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Who's saying he's not?
You've
good enough?
you've just proved everyone right. You've just proved everyone right that
is
you
fun
are
to say
not
though.
good
Champ.
enough.
What is it? That's also the issue. Why are we playing him as the underdog? He's the champion.
True.
But that's exactly it. We've spoken about this so many times. Somebody like Jay is only exciting when he's chasing the title. And the minute he gets it, it's like, right, well, I don't know what to do with it now, and you don't know how to book me. So if you just keep booking the same thing for the guy, the underdog, for the guy who's supposed to be right at the fucking top, it makes absolutely no sense.
I think Jay is just what he is at this point. Either you like it or you don't. And clearly this podcast, we trend more towards the don't.
I guess we don't know where it's going to end, and when we look back on it, it'll be fine. But we don't see the ending, so it's like, how long is this going to go on? If I knew it, it's like, you know what, it's going to end at SummerSlam.
Right now,
okay, well then you know what, I'll ride out the yeet.
Right now, this is Kofi Mania. That's what it feels like.
It's
exactly the same title. Yep. Yeah, it's Kofi Mania. It's a shame.
Point. All right,
that is all of the news. That's been done. Sorry, we dragged the news out a little bit, but let's dive into Saturday night's main event. Jason,
commercial.
What commercial?
It must be Saturday night's main event because there's 10,000 commercials.
Yeah,
or is
true.
it the NBA Finals because they have a lot of commercials too?
That's because of timeouts, though.
Oh, timeout with the ball in play. Hate it. Get rid of it. Anyways, let's go into Saturday night's main event, number 39. Jason, you're going to bring us through it, apparently.
Yeah, Jason.
You know, it's crazy that is this the third or fourth one they've had since it got boosted recently?
Second.
It's only the second?
This is only the second one? After we got worked into thinking the last
I
one
thought
was
it was
PLC?
3 at least.
Yeah, that was.
No.
Really?
This is the second.
All right, well, they tricked me again because I was excited for this, and I remembered, it's just a garbage commercial-filled regular show. But, let's go
Would you
through
rather
it.
the ads in the ring on the mat, 5,000 ads on the mat versus the amount of commercials we got?
Maybe
that's
sure.
what they're doing. They're
I
like,
would
hey,
too.
you don't want ads on the mat? You want a blue mat? We're going to make you eat 5,000 commercials per match.
It is the third. They did one in December. They did one in January.
Okay,
You're right.
That makes more sense.
It is the third.
That
It
makes
is the
more
third.
sense.
We still got work.
We did. Well, it's clear at this point, 3 is enough for a trend. This is an additional cash grab. We got matches that mean nothing, that ended horribly. A women's match because they realized they didn't have any women's matches on the card.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just nothing
That
of
was a bad one.
consequence. Nothing of consequence. You're going to put R-Truth against John Cena? Sorry, I know. Are we going to go this match by match, or are we just going to...
No.
Yeah,
We can just talk about it. Let's just talk
All
about
right,
it. I think that ultimately,
There's enough there
looking
to
at the
go
card
match by
right now,
match.
well, yeah, that's a good point. Looking at it right now, the finish for the singles match between Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green was awful, and it was just a
Kicked
bit
her
of
in
a.
the fucking nose.
It was just a bit of an
Did she
accident.
botch the
I don't-
619, then break her nose?
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
It seems like
Yeah.
it. But you had that match come on
crazy.
second on the card, and it was 5 minutes 10 seconds, and then you
Oh
had
my
John
God.
Cena, which by the way that's offensive to women's wrestling, right? 5 minutes, that's offensive to women's wrestling. But then the next match, you have the guy who has
Well, she didn't even have time to
just
warm
won the title for the 17th time, the most in history, and he's up against R-Truth. Nothing against R-Truth, and the match lasts 4 minutes 25 seconds, and it's not for the title.
This is supposed to be R-Truth. This is a big moment. This is
It
R-Truth
really is
for
a big moment.
Years has been talking about John Cena, how much he loves him, and he put him through a table at a press conference. R-Truth was hurt, distraught, came in the ring, cut a big promo, and this is what we get.
I mean,
what is going on with John
it's not a
Cena's
big
run?
moment, but if you're going to treat it as a big moment, WWE, at least make it more than a 4-minute squash.
Yeah.
It's a big moment story-wise. Like, there's
I'm
story
with
there.
Brad. I think it is a big moment. You've got this guy who is
Everything should be. He's on his way out,
his
right?
entire gimmick. Yeah, true. But his entire gimmick, R-Truth, for
loving
years
John.
has been that he loves John Cena. So of course he was going to be in this storyline at some point. But this idea that it was a 4 minute 25-second match, and actually the best bit about it is the promo that R-Truth cut
On SmackDown?
True.
after the match when he was like beat up, sitting on the side, and he's talking about it. That, if you've not seen it, that is better than anything we had up until that point.
Damn.
I guess we got to talk about the cage match, too, because that's the one that really people are upset about.
Do you know... Remember
Jesse.
when CM Punk did his pipe bomb and John Cena was lying there hurt in the ring like he just been put through a table? You know who put him through that table? R-Truth.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That was back
There we
around.
go.
Right before the pipe bomb.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting callback. But, yeah, let's talk about the cage match. And one thing I want to give a shout-out to the body, the real body, Jesse
other body.
Ventura. Oh, the other body, the worst body.
Thank you.
Getting mad because the Street King left through the door.
I love the way he kept saying it. You went by going through the door.
No, he's right. It's a complete
He's
joke.
so right.
I don't know if this was just part of the gimmick or he actually forgot you could go through the door, which is so stupid, but get rid of that right now. Get rid of that.
I'm pretty sure he mentioned it on the pre-show, or like in the opening thing. Someone was talking about how, and I'm pretty sure it was Jesse Ventura talking about how there shouldn't be a door, and then he ends up using the door in the match.
Yeah, he said there's no way someone's going to use the door in this match because it's such a cutthroat, we hate each other
It'll
type
be
match.
finished in the ring.
And he walks out.
They're not even going to leave. Someone's going to get pinned. He didn't even think they're going to go over the top.
Because
they're gonna beat the shit out of each other so bad.
What's on his mind? It's Jesse. The door is there. It shouldn't be there, but it is there as the cowardly.
Should be locked.
Or it's like you can get in by it, but then it's locked and it
there as
stays
the
locked.
Cowardly way to end the match. So why is the person who is being booked as the babyface doing the heel finish? Can Damian climb the
Like
cage?
if Drew had done it and laughed
Is
about it and been like,
it-
I'm going
is
out
this
the
a
door.
turn?
I don't think it's a turn. I
Is this
think
a
it's
turn
just
for
really bad
Damian?
booking.
There's no
Yeah.
way that's a turn. No way.
Lazy booking.
I think I completely agree. I actually don't have a problem with the door being there, so long as one, it's not used often. But when it is
Ever.
used, no. But it's exactly as Sweaty Steven says. It's what the heel would do. The heel would have somebody cut the door open. They get out and they get out easily.
Okay, if you can
That's-
somehow open it, it's not supposed to
Absolutely.
open, but you get
Correct.
it open.
Oh, so
It's
you're
not
saying
like-
because the ref opens it for you, so get rid of that.
Get rid of that, but having a door is fine, so long as the door
You
is
have to break it
used
open.
correctly.
Or just
Gotcha.
Yeah,
exiting-
you break it, or someone
exiting
has
the cage.
clips it.
That's actually good.
Remember JBL?
Yeah, that's
like
good.
the Big Show steel cage match where Big Show choke slammed
Oh.
JBL through the ring.
Through the ring?
and he did this.
That
big
was so
show,
good.
Big Show. He did this big show
Nice.
of walking out of the cage.
He did this Paul White,
You know, he lost. He actually, the bell rang. It says, "Your winner's JBL." And they do the replay.
Man, they really
He
screwed the
crawls
Big
out of
Show every chance
under
they
the
get.
apron.
all the time. It's crazy.
So it could be you. It could be
Good
done
memory on
well.
that one.
I've come
Forgot
around.
about
I
that.
agree. The door could be there, but it should be locked, and it should be a heel tactic.
Because
Yeah.
maybe they need it for safety, right? You can't get the
you
cage
need
up enough if something emergency
Well, no, I know you
happens,
need a
find the
door. It's just the
No, you
fact
don't
that you can
need it.
open it. Ask to open it. What the hell's the point of the
You
cage?
don't ask, you just walk near it. The
Yeah.
ref goes, "How do you
Oh,
come?"
going out?
Stupid.
Imagine like jail. Oh, if you walk near the door, we'll just let you out. You
Oh,
didn't
we'll
know
let you
that?
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell with a door.
Shite. Next. What
Yeah.
else was there on that card?
What's the main event? Oh,
What
Logan.
what
Jay and
pitch
Logan.
did we have?
Yeah.
I was actually looking forward to this, and guess what? I shouldn't have. And it's not the performer's fault. It's just the time they were given, all the crap around it, and it was just meaningless,
Match was
garbage.
Like 10 minutes. It really.
Yeah, every match was just like a little fluffer.
No, let me talk to you about the let me talk to you about the times. Yeah. We'll get rid of the pre-show match thing that was going on, the dart match. But Seth and Braun defeating Punk and Sammy, that was 13 minutes 10 seconds.
Okay.
And that was the longest match of the
Story
night.
Stuff too.
Wow.
Bronson.
Was that the best match too? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You then have Zelina and Chelsea, 5 minutes 10. John and Truth, 4:25. Damien and Drew, 11 minutes 50.
11-minute cage
No
match.
wonder he left through the
11-minute
door.
cage
He wouldn't
match.
Beat anybody up in 11
Yeah.
minutes.
He was still fresh.
And then main event, Jey Uso defeats Logan Paul in 9 minutes 45
9
seconds.
minutes.
Drew McIntyre loses in a cage match in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
What's going on here, boys?
Who picked Damien? Did anybody?
No, surely not.
No one picked Damien. Everyone picked Drew. The only difference that anybody had was Waxman picked John Cena
You guys, Galaxy Brain
to win over
Oh, we
R-Truth.
picked R-Truth? Oh, yeah, we
Told
worked
you
ourselves into
Galaxy
a
Yeah,
Brain.
we
Well, I didn't think it would also be clean. I thought there'd be
Yeah,
some
yeah,
schmoz.
that's what
I thought
Jordan
there's some
did too.
something.
It was like
Genuine.
afterwards.
It's-
It wasn't
Classic.
for the title.
Flinching.
Classic.
I'm
It
not
wasn't even for the
flinching.
title.
Okay, I'm going to say this about Logan. He's taken to wrestling faster than any newcomer who came with almost zero.
Yeah.
I'm not excited to see him in matches anymore because when it's a main title match, he loses. And they don't want to put the belt on him because he's only there for the big events. So I'm not invested.
He's a
I'm
gimmick.
invested watching his matches because he's a great wrestler. He's a great performer. But I
He's entertaining.
don't have any investment. I don't have any. There's no suspense in who's going to win this match when he's involved.
There's also no heat, like especially this one. There's not a lot of heat between the characters. We knew
It
what
was,
was how this
it was a
gonna go with it,
microwaved
Yeah,
match.
Even if they were,
but who is the person that's going to bring the fire out of him, the passion, the off
I don't
script?
know. Maybe Logan's
kind of-
best in the mid card where they don't mind putting the U.S. or the Intercontinental on him for a bit, or blood feuds.
It's a good way to start, yeah, for sure. Burp. Mr. Parapluie, burp.
This was a it's not a pay per view. I don't know what you call this. Just a
Just a
Pish.
different
event
event.
on a different day.
A pish
Money grab.
event. A money grabbing event that was just over 2 hours long in terms of the stream. In terms of wrestling matches, it was 50 minutes total.
No, that's not right, is it?
5-0.
And that
can't be.
that includes the dark match.
No, it can't. You said one was 11 minutes.
5-0, not
Yeah.
15.
Oh, you said 50.
Oh, yeah. 50.
I heard
sorry.
15.
I did too.
No,
sorry,
5-0.
sorry.
There
My
are episodes
apologies.
of
My
Raw.
fight
Honestly, that's not
facts
that bad.
There's episodes of Raw
Most of their
longer than
pay-per-views are like 2 hours out of 4 hours wrestling, so it's like half.
I mean, you say that, but like it was 2 and a bit hours. Okay, I'll tell you what, actually, let's go with the stream, if I'm looking at it here, is 2 hours and 12 minutes, roughly. And yeah, you have 42 minutes of wrestling.
It was
So the rest of it is just Jesse the Body Ventura going, the door. He comes out the door.
I'd rather see that.
Can't win from coming out the door.
I'm not
To
gonna
be fair, I paid to watch that, but
I don't think I'm going to prioritize this show much like going forward like I do now, but just we'll look for the results, I guess. I don't know.
If we're not doing anything on Saturday, otherwise, I'm not
It's
going to
worse than Raw.
Out,
It's worse than Raw. It's worse than SmackDown. It's like above Velocity or Heat or whatever.
well, interestingly, the next time we have Saturday night's main event, XL is what it's being marketed as, is on the 12th of July, which
back.
incidentally is the exact same day as All Elite's All In.
I've been hearing this is what they're doing, right? They're trying to go head to head more.
So
they're going to go head to head with like a crap show against the biggest show.
Well, from now on, I'm not going to be tuning in a fucking main event if there's something else going on. Done with
Oh,
that.
this is XL though. They're going to get you one more time.
That's it. They're gonna
Don't
get
worry,
us.
it's gonna be
So
extra
your
large.
choice on the 12th of July is to watch Saturday night's Pish event XL, a massive big mug of pish, or do you watch AEW's All In?
Yeah, but to watch All In, I got to pay like $80.
No. You
It's one of those
telling
we're
me
gonna have to get together and split it because it is unfortunate that they only have
Old
pay-per-view.
school crap.
Is there like a thing you could subscribe to? Do they have like a WWE Network style thing like through Triller or Fight
but
Network?
I think is it Triller became Fight became Triller, right? I think for me, I can pay and watch all of their stuff through Triller. I think.
Yeah, we got to look into that. If anybody knows, let us know because I'm down to tune in, and I will be getting together with whoever for that one. So I'm down to split it and pay for it. But it is annoying if you do want to watch AEW premium live events consistently. You do have to pay for each one, which it can add up. So I have no problem.
100%.
Just putting that out there.
Well, there you go.
Saturday night's main event. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And fool me 3 times, I'm a mark.
Fair.
So
Add an XL.
Add an XL.
It's going to be XL
no,
this
no,
one.
I'm not falling for it.
Yes. Was there anything else on your minds this week, guys, in the terms of the world of
White
wrestling?
6 is back.
Oh yeah,
Six
true.
is
Oh yeah, I saw a couple of people like it. I mean, I couldn't care less about the Wide Six to be honest with you. They didn't do anything the first. No, they had an amazing debut and then complete garbage. So now they're back. I don't care. I saw a bunch of people crying and freaking out online. Well, good for you. Like that, if that's what you like. I mean, if they go against Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, that could be interesting because I love Ford. and seeing him interact with them could be good TV. So we'll see.
It seems like they came back as themselves rather than their little creatures. So I don't mind that. Just
Masks
a group
off.
of-
Even Nikki
yeah,
Cross,
group of
mask
people.
off. Like,
Okay, so that's
fine.
good. That's
Like,
good.
let them be
except for Uncle Howdy has the mask, and
That's
I'm
okay.
apprehensive
Let him be the
about it.
ringleader.
When he wrestles,
You
it
just
should
wanna
be
see
off,
Bo
in my
Gallows'
opinion.
face, that's all.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see both.
I want to see
He's
his
got a
face.
nice
I want to
face.
see his underwear.
He's
I
got
want
a
to see
nice
everything.
Yeah, I want the underwear back. I
His
want the
big
diaper.
Y
That's,
fronts. Yeah.
that's all he has to do to get Brad back over. He's got to say, all you have to do is believe.
Holy.
I still believe.
Sneak that in a promo. That'd be a good Easter egg.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah.
Eventually, he can do more with it. I think it still needs time. And another thing I'm excited about is Sami Zayn. Since he didn't win the match, he's not going to be part of Money in the Bank, it seems. So what is he going to do? Well, he's got some score to settle with Karrion Kross, because Kross keeps messing with him backstage, messing with his head, messing with his mind when he's got other things to focus on, telling him he's going to lose, telling him he's not good enough. Well, what better way to get Karrion Kross at least starting to be involved in something? But my worry is that Sammy is over, but Kross is also over. So I don't know who's going to get the cheers, who's going to get the boos. It's kind of a weird one. But in terms of a wrestling match, I'm very excited to see Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, and excited to see Karrion at least getting involved in something.
Karrion's got that trend of people turning heel when they interact with him. And a great place for Jey Uso's championship reign to end would be heel Sami Zayn turning on his good friend and winning.
With Karrion Kross in his corner.
Cross leading him on, or cheering him on. I don't know.
Let's go.
Puppeteering.
I'm down.
Maybe, but Cross is
down.
amazing.
I'm down.
He's doing the best work since NXT. I would argue, character-wise, promo-wise, even better than NXT in match,
Yep.
in ring. Haven't seen it yet, but took him a few years, but he rehabilitated himself.
Man, that
Yeah.
that is a movie.
Yeah.
The way he got back to prominence.
Seriously. Yeah.
Good for him.
Unlike anybody else
100%.
after that, after the Gimp.
If he can come back from that, anyone can.
He came out with a gimp.
That
ass.
alone, he deserves a shot. Like to come back
Lost
from that.
to Jeff
He,
Hardy.
he deserves
Undefeated on
2021
NXT.
Hall of Fame for if he comes
2021
back from that.
Insane.
Unbelievable.
That was all.
Good. Well, that's it. Well, thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Four Jobbers podcast, part of the Pantheon Network. You can find us everywhere at the Four Jobbers. We're putting out everywhere. We're putting out content all the time, so go check it out. Follow, like, all that business, and we'll see you next freaking week.
So long.
Ardna Machen.
Oh, that's
I'm
the
the
whiskey.
muffin.
To you and to you.
I'm the muffin.